In the bottom left here of this best of 3 in the upper bracket semifinals, in the red, it's Mixu. And of course, his opponent in the upper right on Titan's Causeway in the blue, arguably the best IVV player in the world, it's Snoxtar. And I am very curious to see exactly how it is that Mixu plays this game, because he played Titan's Causeway map 1 against against Vortex. He turtled up, went for a quick natural, absolutely. Quick third base, got himself up to high command pretty quickly, and by the time that Vortex's timing hit with some with a couple gaunts and brutes and things, he had 1 helicarrier, he had 2 Graven, and that was enough to make sure that he got everything he needed. The splash damage from the sticky bomb coupled with the helicarrier bombing run and mass overcharge meant that he survived that timing, and then all of a sudden Mixu's up literally double the supply, and there was not a lot that his opponent could do. So for now, we're going to see the scout try to be annoying. This brute is way trapped, and that's a bit of an unfortunate eyeball as well. So now it kind of, this infested Shadow Mastiff is going to lose the infest before, yeah, that's a bit of a waste right there. So it's going to lose the infest before a fiend can get popped, which is just not efficient. And trying to get the Graven, not Graven, excuse me, Hexen. It's going to be fine. Scout doesn't get anything. I don't think Mixu gets a lot. Oh, here's the healing flower. I don't think he got any of the Shadow Mastiffs, but he did get a lot of damage done on this Hexen. Oh, interesting. So Snoxtar, he's cut down both trees in the middle of the map, which gives him a lot of aggressive options. It means eventually, these traitor fell hogs, eventually they're going to find their way. Oh, that's not great. But anyway, by cutting down these trees in the middle, it means he's going to eventually, with his meat farm, go in and take the resource camp. But also, it means he can get aggressive onto the other side. It means he can go and steal the speed camp from Mixu early on. Got one. He got one. And that was... There we go. You know, he gets one of the Shadow Masters, but now these are very fast units on the map. So Mixu, for his part, mining a bunch of Therium. Command post not ready for Central Command just yet. Doesn't have the Therium for it, but this is a less aggressive Snoxtar than we saw Vortex playing. This is much more, he's getting his natural and much better time. This was a single vault expand, and behind this already there's a greater shrine on the way. So this looks to me like this is going to be the Spriggan idea coming out of Snoxtar, where you get it, you have 6 on Therium, you mine a ton of Therium early on, and you just get that very quickly, and then you run across the map with brutes, maybe with brutes and just like 4 to 6 brigands, and you try to break the Vanguard player before they are properly ready. Now there are solutions to this, 100%. You can get a quick hangar bay, which is what we saw Mixu do in game number 1. Now of course, Central Command not done yet, but he's going to have that soon enough and be able to do what he wants. As this scout is being really obnoxious. And so Mixu, of course, can cross his eyes, dot his T's a little, or cross his T's, dot his eyes a little bit, and go and get this hangar bay coming up fairly quickly. That can be a really good thing to do, as this third base now pulls the bob slightly early, so misses out on some of the overcharge, but we'll be mostly fine. And now, of course, on the other side of things, Snoxtar's going to go try to steal the health camp, but with these Lancers here, that's not going to do anything. So Effigy falls. Just a little bit of free XP coming in for these Lancers. And now with 4 Lancers here, realistically, the health camp should be something that Mixu takes fairly easily. But again, what I'm paying attention to here, the important thing, is when does that hangar bay go down? Because that's needed for a couple reasons. First of all, double Twilight Spires are on the map. You need the Shadow Cleft for Spriggan, so that's... We're still about a minute out from when the Spriggans are ready. But you do very much need this hangar bay. You need the hangar bay for tier 3 as well. So there we go. Hangar bay is done, but it's not on a solar habitat, which means getting a Hornet out defensively is not really fast, is not really going to be the thing. But again, we're seeing this idea where you get like this one medtech push, one medtech Lancer push. Oh, that's hard to say, apparently. But one medtech push. And one medtech, you get an evac going, and there we go. And you put pressure on the map a little bit, and that's pretty good. Problem is, Spriggans, we're going to have probably 2 charges on each of these, because this was done really with perfect efficiency from Snoxtar, really executing everything he needs to do. So 4 Spriggans on the map. There we go. 1, 2, 3. This one. There we go. There's the 4th. So 4 Spriggans on the map. You have Brutes as well with this army. And you take the 3rd base behind. But this is... I'm not going to say all in because it's not all in, but it is committed pressure. And if there's no anti-air, which there is not, the first reveal of the Spriggans right now is with this army on the map. You got to just pick it up. Pick it up and run home, but I don't know that you can. So for now, oh God, yeah, this is a disaster. Caught him everywhere. Nightfall Manifestation goes down, so they're even slower. Picks up, boost back home, does not save everything. And now, well, what do we have a Hornet in production? Well, we do. On the way, getting done soon enough, but there's just no anti-air at the moment. These Spriggans are untouchable until this Hornet arrives, and with no solar habitat, it just takes a long time. This bust coming out of Snoxtar right now, this build we talked about, right? This idea that was super cool. So now Hornet's out on the field, but I mean, where is it? Did it die immediately? There it is. Okay, so Hornet's out on the field. That's something. We do have a second hangar bay here, but there needs to be a repair turret, and there just is not one right now. Single Hornet does not fight this. Certainly not once the blinding saliva, there we go, starts to pick up. But this is okay. Take a look at the setup right now. Hornet's doing a reasonable job. The mass repair is doing so much work here. It's absolutely doing so much work. And a second Hornet's going to be out soon. A third Hornet's going to be out soon. And once that second and third Hornet are out, I mean, Graven's out here as well. So tier 3 is done. This bust, it looks really scary. It looked up. Graven is in a bit of a sticky scenario, but it's going to be fine. This looked like a disaster. Unmitigated, absolute disaster. Coming out of Mixu in this game, getting caught on the middle of the map, his entire army stuck in the middle of the map. And now, well, he's up supply. He has these Hornets that are, well, there's not a really good answer. There's not a really good answer. You need Shadow Flyers, and luckily he can make those. But I'm going to assume Helicarriers. Yeah, they're on the way. We have Spriggans on the harass. Spriggans on the harass as well. So this third base is a bit annoying, but you know, it's gonna be fine, right? Because Hornets evaporated these, and the Spriggans are now dead. The Fiend harass is gonna fall down, and I thought that had a real chance of busting things. In fact, if you take a look at this, that the hangar bay just to get that second Hornet out to make sure that Mixu was okay. He sells it now. He's like, yeah, I only need one hangar bay to build my only one hangar bay to go and build my helicarriers. At this point, I'm fine. And away we're gonna go. So first helicarrier out on the map, and there we go. Infiltrate as well. And the big power for this, the big power point for this is not only does it kill it, it shuts down top bar abilities for quite a while. And that means no Graven have to get out. That's those Hornets went down. Yeah, shuts down top bar for quite a while for the next minute, which is a big problem. Is you want, say, Hellspawn Resurgence to get Shadow Flyers out. You want to go and there's so many useful things that you really want to have. As apparently Snoxtar was not aware of the fact that okay, that's kind of cool. You can dodge the Sticky Bomb by splitting Brutes. Snoxtar was apparently not aware of the fact that Infiltrate goes and actually shuts down top bar if you infiltrate the shrine. So life is a little bit dicey now. There's that's just gonna go knock this down. Shroudstone will, I thought it would die, apparently not. Top bar now available once again, but the Shroudstone is dead. And this sticky bomb, that sticky goo is so annoying. Meanwhile, again, harassment on the other side, but it's just not doing what it needs to do. And these Graven are just so much more effective at this point. They should be able to go kill this shrine once again. All in of Gaunt on the other side. This Graven is, there's no repair for it. So the Graven will fall. We do have Plague Axes. So these mobs, they do have to be pretty careful. More Graven, of course, they're going to start to arrive, but top bar is should be gone once again. Ritual Chamber is getting mass infiltrated. What is getting infiltrated as well? So Reaper's Rush is just not going to pop out all that quickly. And this setup, this mass Graven idea, they buffed Graven because we weren't seeing them happen at all. We buffed Graven because we weren't seeing them. And they seem really good. Mixu takes game 1. So in this game number 2, of course, Mixu playing the same thing. He's playing Vanguard, but Snoxtar's like, yeah, I mined a lot. He messaged me after that game. He's like, I mined 13,000 resources even with the Spriggan opening. I still had no chance. Like, well, you know, the build's pretty good. I don't know what the solution is, but for now, swap into Celestials game 2, and well, Celestials are very good against Vanguard. How this works out, I don't know. There are a bunch of different ways you can play this. Of course, you can just go build a bunch of Argents and run across the map. The problem is that I think surge production is a little bit too fast. I think surge production is just a little bit too fast. So what that means is that as you go and you build 3 creation chambers off of three collection arrays, and you just build a bunch of Argents or something and go from there. Scorp87 saying, I hope we see more Archangels too. They look spectacular. They do. But I think we don't. I think we only see those in the Celestial versus Infernal matchup. I don't think they're good enough in this matchup. I think everything just kind of shuts them down a little bit too hard. But let's see. So for now, a little bit more macro coming out of Snoxtar in this game. By the way, someone did the math before 0.1, but given 3 minutes of playing as greedy as possible, absolutely as greedy as possible, and then just letting the money run, so like pretty much getting to 3 bases for each setup, not building any army, the Celestials end up mining almost, it's like 1.5 times as much as Vanguard players do. Now, I think that's a little different now because, of course, you build Bobs just a little bit faster. But we're gonna have to see, because I think Celestial economic scaling and production scaling is just very, very strong. Felfar, they aren't good enough. Saying about Archangels, you know, I don't know. Parting makes them look pretty good. Parting makes our, parting on that game on not on Titan's Causeway, on Jagged Maw in the Stormgate Nexus, 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10. But this is gonna be really, this is just gonna be big headshot gaming coming out of Mixu in this game number 2. Hedgehogs very strong. Are they gonna try to go and snipe this creation chamber? Are they gonna be one hedgehog, second hedgehog goes into anti-air? Okay, can you put Kree in creation chambers? Is that what happens? I'm very confused because we saw a Kree pop out of that creation chamber as it died, and I'm not totally sure what was up with that one. But for now, Hedgehogs versus Kree is gonna be the name of the game, and going Kree here is really interesting. I agree, Alien Anarchy. I think creation chambers, collection arrays, it was to the point when in 0.1, 0.0, I forget when they made, no, 0.0, when I saw Prisms mining off things without a creation chamber, I thought it was a bug. I was convinced that it was a bug, but it turns out actually it is a feature, and that is part of the design. And I do agree. I think creation chambers, or collection arrays, I think they should be the mandatory mining, and getting prisms, I think it just gives a little bit too economic flexibility, that you can go and kind of dripple in, and I guess it's kind of the equivalent to long distance mining, but it's so much better than long distance mining. I think, yeah, actually, I don't think you should have to go and have a creation chamber to mine with prisms, but if you don't have a creation chamber, I think you should have to go and return it to an arc ship. I think that's that's pretty fair. So you have to go and, you know, if you try to do what sometimes players do, which is like mining with 3 prisms at any given time, you have to be able to return. You should have to return it to an arc ship. Treat it kind of like the pure, like the Therium setup, for example. I think that's how that's going to go. But for now, lots of Kree on the map, and you know, again, I think this is I don't know that it's surprising, but it is interesting. When we saw Mixu play Bly just went mass 3-base Argent and said, "Hey, have fun, have some fun." But for now, this is a lot of Kree, and there is a Buzzsaw turret. They're gonna blast into this. Oh, ow, 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 Ow. Overcharge has to get pulled, but these Bobs are going down very quickly. Very, very quickly. And in this setup, I just really feel like you just need to have a wall. Overcharge is strong. You know, hold position's going pretty nice here. But a lot of these Bobs are going down. Even still, I think Mixu's kind of dead. I don't know. I legitimately, and I say this as someone who does enjoy this game, and I think these players are very good and have great ways to go in and develop their way out of this game. And like, to solve metas, I don't know. I legitimately don't know how Vanguard wins this matchup. It just, the economy scales too fast and the production scales way too quickly. So you can just go and build stuff, as we see right here. And Mixu's just, he's got a Vulcan. Theoretically, Vulcans were supposed to be the solution. Vulcans were buffed to be the solution to mass creep, but you don't get them out fast enough. And that really is the problem. And I mean, the mass repair on the Vulcan's doing what it can, but there's been a long time truism of RTS gaming. And that is, so game number 3 here on Boneyard against Snoxtar playing Celestials, and we can assume there's going to be another all-in coming, because the reason that this map is so very hard, not this map, excuse me, this game, this mashup is so very hard for Mixu or for Vanguard players is not because of the, not really because of the late game. It's getting to the late game. That is, I mean, late game still seems, you know, reasonably strong for Celestials, but it's not, wow, this is giga broken. It's getting there because so many of these 3 creation chamber timings, you can go Kree, you can go Argents, you can go 2-3 bases. It's just very hard to go and deal with what the Celestial player is throwing. So we're gonna have to see if Mixu can go and have a response. I assume this is gonna be a Hedgehog play for now. I assume this is going to be a Hedgehog play because that is kind of what you want to do. Hedgehogs are reasonable against Argents. They are reasonable against the early game stuff. Certainly going bio just doesn't feel great in most scenarios because Lancers just kind of explode. Explode to Kree. They don't get on top of Argents quickly enough. Yeah, as Pika143 says, yeah, not much mastering, just broken matchup. Now, granted, I don't know if Snoxtar has a yeah, I was gonna say I don't know if Snoxtar has an ult account. A lot of these top players it's called parting, maybe. A lot of these top players do have multiple ladder accounts because, you know, once your MMR gets high, it's really hard to get games. This is true of any game. Once you get to the top X% matchmaking system says, I'm only gonna give you someone who's in the top 10, and if they're not playing at the moment, good luck. There we go. Second, I mean, this is the Argent build, right? 3rd creation chamber on the way. You run 3 Argents off 2 collection arrays. You surge them up all 3, and you say, "Hey, I got a lot of stuff. Have fun." So there is the base down in the natural. There's going to be a sentry post going down in the natural. Biokinetics lab. So the response to this one is going to be Exos, which, hey, Exos are light units. They don't take bonus damage from the Argents. And they do bonus damage to the Argent. So technically, that's a good matchup. Problem is, this hits so much faster. This hits so much faster than anything that Mixu really has access to. I mean, look at this. There are 5 Argents in the main base. And again, this is a 2-base setup, right? This is a double creation chamber. This is not like this is a 1 base all in. It's like, okay, fine. This is a 2-base setup coming out of Snoxtar right now. And now he's getting aggressive with strike nodes as well. Yeah, I know, again, strike nodes don't have a lot, link nodes don't have a lot of HP. They go down fairly quickly here. So I don't know that this is going to get up. But the first Exo is going to start. Okay, so first Exo's here on the field. Strike node's going to go down. Sentry post is going to be done soon, but overcharge, overcharge lasts quite a while. So now we're going to see mass repair on everything. Argent's trying to get on top of this. And there's a lot of service area on this bunker. So on this sentry post. So for now, that's going to be okay. Sentry post in the main base. Bobs have to get pulled into this. There we go. Okay. So another black cannon getting set up at the moment. So for the moment here, okay. This is... Oh, there we go. Dodges the shots too. Oh, no, dead Exo. Dead Exo tried to get a little too greedy there, and man, the difference on a sentry post with Exos, without Exos, is insane. So we're gonna start to see the Bob targeted down just a little bit, repairing as much as you can. This single target that one down, very nicely done, targeting down at least some of these low units, but link nodes turning into strike nodes. And once these are done, I mean, oh god, it's so hard. This is a single barracks play, so not even quick draw hustle. Now Overcharge has to get committed. Maybe this is the opportunity here. Maybe target down some of these units. Promotion as well, because Central Command is done. That actually matters quite a bit. That means it's pretty much a full heal. Strike node is dead immediately. There we go. Second one not done just yet. This is actually a really good hold. Mixu is doing such a good job holding on to this. The Argents are starting to fall down. Second barracks done soon. And that means this strike node will not complete. It's just not a thing. More Argents continue to go down. Promotion keeping things alive. And I think we're at the point where Mixu had this as a hold. Wow, what a play. Well played there, Mixu. Holds on. Snoxtar, the race swap doesn't win him too. And Mixu moves on into top 4.